Hi, and welcome to Lee Hendricks Gold. Last weekend, Tim Ashley, the owner of this property, took his excavator and took out a little bit of this bank. I tested it. I thought maybe there would be some gold value in the overburden, and that gray clay you see down there would have some decent gold on top of it. It actually turned out that must have been deposited way after the gold was put down, because there was very little in the overburden. So John dredged this out. We got some decent gold here. And while he was doing that last weekend, I was up here at the second site Tim excavated. And he pulled out all this dirt from down in there. John dredged down. You can see a pretty deep hole right there in the center. And he got decent gold off of that bedrock. There was gold in this. It came out of the creek bottom and wasn't the bank. We'll say the high banker did a good job of catching gold. It caught a lot of fine gold, which I expected to be in all these little gravels. But what I was really interested in knowing was whether the overburden, whether it was worth running or if it was just, junk. And it's pretty much junk. There's a whole pile of it right there. I thought when you got down to some of those big quartz rocks down in there that there would be some gold. There were some micro little dots, but even on the top of the clay, there was no gold values to speak of. But when I got on down under that gray clay, on top of that bedrock, that's where the gold was. I got probably half a gram just in that little area. I filled in it with some rocks because it went down deep. I didn't want somebody to fall down in there and break their leg. So I'll pull those out in a minute and show you how deep that goes. It's probably 20 inches or so. But to get more gold, I need to shovel this overburden off and work around this. And there's a ridge right there. See that rock? It probably continues in that direction through there, which would be pretty much a perfect horizontal line to the flow of the creek. And if that does stick up a little bit, that could be a really good spot to hit. But I'll have to excavate all this out, which isn't too bad. Tim did half the work already. Unfortunately, that little ridge right there does not continue. So but there is a bump up right there. So there may be good gold back behind in there. We'll see. Found a friend. So check out the head. It's not triangular, so we know this isn't a venomous snake. That doesn't mean I'm going to pick it up, but steered him into the water. You can see his pattern a little better like that. There he takes off now. Get him go. While I'm down here, let's take a look at what I've been doing. Getting on up in here. There's some nice little crannies down in there. I think I'm getting gold. There's got to be gold there. I just retanked and I'm gonna try to finish this off before I clean out. I see some pieces in there. Turned it off without cleaning it up, so it'll be a surprise whatever's in there. It's 2 o'clock, so I've been at it for about 4 hours, and I could do it a lot faster, but I like to be very thorough. You can kind of make out that bedrock. There's a good little crevice right through there. I came real close to getting stung earlier. I happened upon a yellow jacket nest. Let's see if I can get up there without disturbing them too much. See them going in and out. Let's get out of here. Now, right in there was actually a ridge that I broke out, and you can see the big pieces of bedrock that came out of that. But I'm hoping these cracks funneled some gold down in there. Obviously, there's gold in the box. I believe it's going to be pretty decent. It's good gold. It's not epic gold, but Some nice little bits in there. And we'll leave that in there and clean out the last little bit of the bucket so we can see it all together. Looks like about 1/4 gram, maybe 1/3. I was just getting ready to put the dredge back together, and I realized I haven't cleaned out the most important part of the sluice. That's the green mat where the big pieces are going to be. So this may actually be a really good cleanup. I can see what's in this. Well, nothing very chunky that I was hoping for, but still a nice addition to what I've already got. That's zoomed in pretty tight. But at least I didn't throw that back in the creek. Here's what I called in the safety pan. Nothing that's going to add up to very much, but safety first. All right, got a nice clean mat again. There's something I want to do before I pick up additional dredging here. Look, a crayfish right there. Overall, I think I did a pretty good job. It looks pretty clean. That right there needs to come out. I don't know if you can see that, but that's cracked, and I can tell there's stuff under that. And then this little piece right here, that can pop out. And of course down there, so I'm gonna pull my hose out of here and get my rock bar and go to it. There's the mats, and I don't really see anything that looks too much like gold. Oh, that's just mud. So I must have got it pretty clean. There could be a few things washed down in here, but typically the nice size flakes would be up here on this green mat. I didn't run it very long. Well, in a way I'm glad, in a way I'm not. But I'll move on. I'm going to start shoveling some of this off right here so I can get down to the bedrock on this side. And we'll see what else we can get today before the storms come. Time for cleanup number 2 and go home. I don't see a lot of gold on the green mat. It could be hidden, but there's one little piece right there. But that's all I see. Hopefully there's quite a bit on the lower mat. There's the second cleanup. And the gold is not nearly as big. And there's not nearly as much of it. That's at least 1/10 of a gram, maybe a 0.15. So altogether, I probably got close to half a gram today. This is this section of bedrock I cleaned off here. Real rough, very craggly, but not like over there where you have a big ridge and then a nice trough. So this didn't catch anything but little tiny fine stuff. That looks like it keeps on going that way. Anyway, it was fun. The mosquitoes are after me now. They've been good until now. It's their feeding time. Got a little path here. That mud's slick, so I put bedrock, which is sharp and angular. It'll go right down into that mud. Makes a nice little walkway. There's what I did in, I guess, what, 8 hours. Big pile of mud, a lot of tailings, a little bit of gold. Time to go home.